Hello, and welcome to Random History. I'm the Navigator as we explore the little-known events and people that make history such an amazing subject. The events I delve into are probably not ones you learned about in school. These are the ones that, when you do hear about them, are likely to think that they could not possibly be real. But they are. Before we begin, I want to take a moment to introduce myself. I've been a history teacher for 28 years. I've also spent some time as a financial advisor, and I was a navigator in the Air Force before that, flying on a KC-135 before they replaced us navigators with a little black box. I want to begin this series with a story that seems so incredible that, as I said earlier, it could not possibly be real, except it is 100% true. So without further ado, I give you the submarine that sank a train. The submarine in the story is the USS Barb, SS-220. It was a Gatto-class submarine that distinguished itself as one of the most successful submarines of World War II. Under the command of Lieutenant Commander Fluckey, the USS Barb conducted her last 5 war patrols in the Pacific Theater, each of which revolutionized submarine warfare. The mission for which he is most well known is the Barb's final patrol, where she sank a Japanese train on the home islands. This audacious operation stands as a testament to the ingenuity, bravery, and unconventional tactics that characterized the submarine service. Commissioned in July 1942, the USS Barb quickly became a formidable force in the U.S. Navy's submarine fleet. Throughout its career, the Barb completed 12 war patrols, contributing significantly to the U.S. Navy's efforts to disrupt Japanese maritime supply lines. The submarine's primary mission involved sinking enemy ships, but it also participated in reconnaissance and special operations. The last 5 war patrols, under the command of Commander Fluckey, were particularly noteworthy. Fluckey was a visionary leader who encouraged creative thinking and daring strategies among his crew. His leadership style fostered a sense of boldness among his crew, leading to a series of successful, if not unconventional, missions. As the end of the war approached, the Japanese supply lines were under significant pressure from Allied forces. The effectiveness of U.S. submarines in sinking Japanese ships had forced Japan to rely more heavily on overland routes for transportation of troops and supplies. This shift presented a new target and challenge for the Barb and her crew. In June of 1945, the Barb was operating in the Sea of Okhotsk. For those of you who play the game Risk, you know exactly where I'm talking about. The submarine had already achieved considerable success in sinking enemy ships, but Fluckey and his crew were eager to find new ways to disrupt the Japanese supply chain. The operation to sink the train was meticulously planned and executed. On the night of 22 July, 1945, Fluckey and the crew identified a suitable location for the attack near the town of Kurofudo. The area was selected because of its proximity to the coastline, which allowed the submarine to remain submerged and undetected while the landing party carried out its mission. Fluckey and his officers chose 8 volunteers from the crew to form a landing party, which included an electrician, a torpedo man, and a radio man. These men were selected for their skills and their bravery, and the team was small because the mission required precision and stealth. The landing party was tasked with planting explosives under the railroad tracks to derail an enemy train. Using a small rubber raft, the landing party paddled to shore under the cover of darkness. They carried with them a carefully prepared explosive charge, improvised by modifying the Barb's scuttling charges and equipped with a pressure switch that was modified from the radar. Once ashore, men quickly located the railway tracks and set about placing the explosive device. The charge was designed to detonate when the weight of the train passed over it, ensuring maximum impact. After planting the explosives, the landing party returned to the submarine without incident. They were still paddling back to the Barb when, shortly after midnight, the explosives detonated. The resulting blast derailed the train, causing significant damage in effectively disrupting the Japanese supply line. The success of the train attack was a remarkable achievement. Not only was it the first and only time in history that a submarine was responsible for destroying a train, it was also the only ground assault on the main Japanese islands during World War II. In addition, it showcased the versatility and resourcefulness of the Barb and her crew. More importantly, it demonstrated the effectiveness of unconventional warfare tactics in destabilizing an enemy. For his leadership and bravery, Commander Fluckey was awarded his 4th Navy Cross, the second highest decoration in the U.S. Navy. The crew of the Barb also received recognition for their exceptional performance and dedication. The train attack added to the USS Barb's impressive record, which included the sinking of 17 enemy ships, the destruction of multiple shore installations, the collection of valuable intelligence, and, of course, the destruction of the train. The submarine's innovative approach to warfare, epitomized by the train attack, set a precedent for future special operations. The legacy of the USS Barb and her crew continues to inspire military personnel and historians alike, serving as a reminder of the importance of creativity, bravery, and leadership in times of conflict. If you would like more information on the USS Barb and her commander, Eugene Fluckey, I suggest you read Fluckey's book, Thunder Below. It is an excellent description of the amazing accomplishments of Commander Fluckey and his Barb crew. In this part of the program, I want to talk about true heroes. Today we hear an awful lot about heroes, but most of them are those that pop culture celebrates, and frankly, they're really anything but heroes. Most are simply individuals with some kind of talent whose only claim to fame is that they entertain society. This portion of the podcast is designed to honor the brave individuals who have displayed extraordinary valor in the face of danger and who have risked their own lives in order to save others. Many have paid the ultimate price to protect their comrades and loved ones. These are the true heroes. The military has created a medal for the servicemen and women who have displayed such courage. The history of this prestigious award is a testament to the courage, sacrifice, and dedication of our armed forces, and frankly, as the country as a whole. Established during the Civil War, the Medal of Honor was created to recognize soldiers, sailors, and Marines who distinguished themselves by their gallantry in action. Originally, it was awarded for a wide range of actions, but over time, the standards became more stringent, reflecting the profound nature of the courage it represents. Today, the Medal of Honor is awarded to those who display conspicuous gallantry and intrepidity at the risk of their own lives above and beyond the call of duty. Throughout its history, the Medal of Honor has recognized the heroism of individuals from all walks of life and all branches of the military. Besides the Medal of Honor awarded to Commander Fluckey for his 11th patrol, that wasn't the one where he sunk the train, but the previous one, you might have heard of some of the other Medal of Honor recipients. Sergeant Alvin York in World War I, Audie Murphy in World War II. But you probably never heard of most of the over 2,500 men and one woman who has received this honor. The Medal of Honor represents the highest ideals of military service: courage, sacrifice, and an unwavering commitment to others. It serves as a powerful reminder of the extraordinary feats of those who have fought to protect our freedom. Again, these are men and women we as a society should be celebrating. As we reflect on its history, let us honor not only the recipients of the Medal of Honor, but also all those who serve, recognizing their invaluable contributions and sacrifice to our nation's security and legacy. With all that being said, our first hero did not receive the Medal of Honor. However, he is an individual whom I believe was worthy of the Medal of Honor and one of the most inspiring American heroes. His name Jeremiah Andrew Denton. He was an American naval aviator and later a politician whose life exemplifies courage, resilience, and patriotism. Born in Mobile, Alabama on 15 July 1924, Denton gained national and international recognition for his bravery as a prisoner of war, or POW, during Vietnam. His experiences as a POW, his subsequent political career, and his advocacy for veterans make him a significant figure in American history. Denton graduated from the U.S. Naval Academy in 1946, where he pursued a career as a naval aviator. In 1965, early in the Vietnam War, he was shot down while flying a combat mission over North Vietnam and was captured by North Vietnamese forces. Denton would spend the next nearly 8 years as a POW, enduring severe torture and inhumane conditions at the notorious prison, the Hanoi Hilton. One of the most remarkable episodes of Denton's captivity was a televised interview with him in 1966. Under extreme duress, he was forced to participate in a propaganda interview intended to show the supposed humane treatment of American POWs by the North Vietnamese. However, Denton's sang-froid allowed him to use this opportunity to blink the word torture in Morse code, alerting the U.S. military and the world to the brutal treatment that he and other POWs were suffering. This act of defiance and bravery highlighted Denton's resilience and resourcefulness under the most extreme pressure. Denton's resilience was further demonstrated by his leadership among fellow POWs. He maintained morale and discipline, insisting on the adherence to the military code of conduct, despite the harsh conditions. His unwavering faith and commitment to his country served as an inspiration to his fellow captives. After his release in 1973 as part of Operation Homecoming, Denton returned to the United States to a hero's welcome, at least among the military. He received numerous decorations for his service and bravery, including the Navy Cross, the Distinguished Flying Cross, and the Legion of Merit. And also, he was promoted to the rank of Rear Admiral. His experiences as a POW were chronicled in his book, When Hell Was in Session, which provided a gripping account of his ordeal and detailed the harsh torture faced by American POWs at the hands of the Vietnamese. Although it is currently out of print, I highly recommend this book. In fact, you can probably find it at a used bookstore somewhere. Following his retirement from the Navy, Denton continued to serve the country in the political arena. In 1980, he was elected as a U.S. Senator from the state of Alabama, becoming the first retired Navy admiral to serve in the Senate. As a senator, Denton was known for his strong conservative views, particularly on defense and foreign policy issues. He advocated for a strong national defense, support for veterans, and a firm stance against communism. Denton's tenure in the Senate also saw him working on issues related to family values and education. He served as the chairman of the Subcommittee on Security and Terrorism and was a vocal critic of Soviet expansionism and the threat of global communism. His legislative efforts reflected his deep commitment to American security and moral values. Jeremiah Denton passed away on 28 March 2014. Leaving behind a legacy of courage, service, and patriotism. His life story serves as a testament to the strength of the human spirit and the enduring values of duty, honor, and country. Denton's experiences as a POW and his subsequent career in public service continue to inspire Americans and remind Americans of the sacrifices made by those who serve in the armed forces. This brings us to the end of episode 1. I hope you've enjoyed the program. I know I enjoyed researching and writing it. I hope you'll continue listening to my future podcasts. In episode 2, I'll be discussing another hero or two from the Vietnam War, Don Pardo and James Stockdale. Until next time, Make some history of your own. Navigator out.